Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Billy TKO. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel because, guys, when you subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere. That is just the way it goes, and 95% of you are not currently subscribed, so definitely make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button. Guys, I want to talk about Friday Night Smackdown. I want to talk about what went down. This was a episode of Smackdown that none of us were really expecting. It was a crazy one, and we got a lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to dive into. So without further ado, let me just say there's a TikTok, Twitter, Discord, all linked down in the description for you guys to go join, become a part of this big, massive family that we're currently growing. So without further ado, let me stop now. Let's go hop directly into today's video. All right, guys, let's talk about Friday Night Smackdown. What went down? What happened? Why was this a crazy episode of Smackdown? What is the real purpose of it? If you're looking at the thumbnail, you will know that CM Punk has become the 5th member of Wargames. Yes, CM Punk is now the 5th member of Wargames, and therefore we are in for a treat. Now, many people were speculating. Some people said Brock Lesnar. Other people said Seth Rollins. A lot of people said Seth Rollins, especially when those leaks came out, because we knew that the Raw last week was a tape show, and everybody was like, oh, Seth's just going to be the 5th member, and that's going to be it. Yeah, everybody was incorrect. The 5th member of War Games is indeed going to be CM Punk. He returned last night with Paul Heyman by his side. Now, I made a video, which I'll put right up on this side right here for you guys to go check out, where I said, and I broke down how CM Punk was always supposed to be the 5th member and why it always made sense. CM Punk is the 5th member, and I think we're in for a very big treat at War Games. I think there's a lot of story to tell here, especially between Paul, Roman, Punk. If you've been just a long-time WWE fan, I think this is something that we longed for a long time with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I don't know initially how quick they'll do that match, because I do think that you have to tell the Seth and Punk story first, and you can tell that story through this, because this just pisses Seth off more. But obviously Punk isn't doing this based off Seth. He's doing it as a favor for Paul, but Seth's going to look at it the other way, and I think you might even be able to get a Seth heel turn out of this, if I'm being honest. It seems like all those bad guys that were good guys are now the good guys, and all those good guys that were, or all those good guys will now be the bad guys. Obviously, we've seen it happen with Drew McIntyre first. Now we're starting to see sprinkles of Seth Rollins and things of that nature. Like, all these guys are pissed because Kevin Owens is another one, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Those guys are all now turning heel, quote unquote, very justifiable, and that is what makes WWE now so good. Is everything has a underlining story, everything makes sense, and it's all just flowing together really well, and I think WWE is doing a fantastic job at capturing that. I know last night on SmackDown there was a point after the Cody Rhodes promo, which again I'm going to dive into here very, very shortly, where Carmelo Hayes walked up to Cody Rhodes, and I think that was just a nice little tidbit on the future WWE stars and what they're trying to create with the WWE. It's really awesome to see. Obviously, they think very high of Carmelo, putting him up against Cody in just that spot right then and there, and then his debut match he had against Cody. Like, they feel highly about their superstars. So going back to, you know, the main topic here, it's that these bad guys are now the good guys, and these good guys are now the bad guys. But everything is justifiable. It all makes sense, and everything is underlining, and that's the way that it should be. So CM Punk is the 5th member of War Games. It makes sense. We're going to let this story play out. We're going to wait and see exactly what's going to happen. I do believe that it's going to play more into the Seth Punk storyline, because there's a lot to tell there. But obviously Punk teaming with Roman will piss off Seth beyond belief, because, you know, that's Seth's quote-unquote brother, things of that nature. We also seen Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens face off in what could possibly be the promo of the year. And when I tell you that this thing, just the way that they spoke, the way that they elaborated on the things that were happening was so well done. Kevin Owens turning heel is one of the most justifiable things of all time. If you go back deep into the trenches on this YouTube channel, I started this last year, so there was a video where I said that Drew McIntyre's heel turn was the most justifiable ever. It was the most logical. And I think it's really easy now to look back at that video and be like, oh, well, every heel turn has been justifiable. Every time that these guys have become bad, it makes sense. But then you think that would make more sense, and you listen to somebody like Kevin Owens talk, and you go, man, like, how am I supposed to go against the grain here? He's absolutely right, until you hear Cody speak. And when Cody's speaking, he's saying along the lines, he's like, yo, you don't realize that you are the only person holding you back. The reason why nothing has ever worked out for you, the reason why all of these bad things keep happening to you is because of you. And you're like, yo, he's right. Like, everything that Kevin Owens has done has been strictly because of him. Obviously, knowing the past of Kevin Owens and stuff like that, like, we know that those are like things that have actually happened to Kevin Owens, and everything has been just based off his turn. Look at all the people that he's done wrong, and he did the pile driver that's been banned for so many years. He did that to Randy Orton. There's just so many underlining things here, and again, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yo, like, Kevin Owens is absolutely right. There's nothing that is wrong about what he's saying, and then you hear Cody, who's like, yo, it's your fault. Like, you did this to you. And then when Cody said, Kevin, I don't think that you hate me. I think you hate yourself. I was like, yo, that just makes all the sense in the world, because it does. Realistically, Kevin hates himself right now. Kevin is mad at himself because he can never get the big one done. It's just the truth. It's a fact. You can look at the story and you can look at it for what it is numerous times. You can say what you want about it. It's true. Kevin Owens has done this to Kevin Owens. It just logically makes all the sense in the world, and I think we're all smart enough to realize that that is the fact here. On top of that, we also seen a very big, we have the women's Wargames match coming up. We now know it looks like Bailey is going to be a part of it. The reason why is because Jade Cargill was taken out last night, and she was beat up, and she was on top of a car. And this was during Bianca Belair's qualifier match for the Women's United States Championship. And she faced off against Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green picks up the victory. Right call, WWE. I think you guys will pull that trigger and make it right and make Chelsea Green the United States champion. I believe that is phenomenal. But overall, Jade Cargill was attacked, and a lot of people were speculating, could it be a Bailey heel turn? If you want me to be honest with you, I do not believe that it's a Bailey heel turn, because I think overall right now we're moving a little too soon for Bailey to turn heel again. It's just happening a little too quick. She just had the face turn at the beginning of the year, and then going and automatically changing her back heel. Don't flip-flop like that. I don't think you have to do that. There was a picture. JD from New York actually posted it. I'm going to try and pull it up. I'm going to try and pull it up. And nobody's seen it. And yes, here it is. So JD posted this, and that is a picture. Oh, that's my ring light. My bad, yo. Oh, there we go. That's a picture of Naomi and Bailey, obviously hugging. It's kind of funny looking at that, because I think that Naomi turning heel makes the most sense. It's going to be weird seeing her as a bad guy, but I think ultimately, like, she is the right person in this moment. She obviously she's another one who's just had so many bad things happen to her and has been undercut so many times and overlooked so many times. Naomi wants that shine, and who does she have to take out first? Well, she has to take out Jade Cargill. Why? Because Bianca Belair, things of that nature. There's just so many underlining factors that go into this. Now, there's also other stories like Bailey and Io Sky being on the same team in Wargames. That could possibly be interesting. Why would they be on the same team after everything that Io Sky did to Bailey and put Bailey through? You can't just walk away from that and think that that's normal. So it's interesting. It is. It really is interesting. We also seen Shinsuke Nakamura and LA Knight. Right now, where I stand with Shinsuke Nakamura is this. WWE, you have to get him right, because it's just hard to get behind Shinsuke knowing everything that he's gone through. You're trying to sell him as a huge heel. I like it. I'm a fan of it. I can get behind it. I promise you I can. Make him serious. Don't have him walk into this and lose to LA Knight. You can have LA Knight drop the title now. You can. That might be a hot take, but you can have LA Knight drop that title. But overall, I want to get your guys' thoughts on SmackDown. It was a great show overall. And when we talk about what's next and what happens now, I think overall it's just a wait and see, and we're going to find out as time goes on. But you guys can, again, let me know down in the comments section below. Definitely, guys, if you're new here, be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe, because when you guys subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere, man. That is just the way it goes. And on top of that, there's a Twitter, TikTok, Discord, Twitch. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. I'll probably do some live streams like Monday Night Raw and stuff like that. We'll do some things, man. It'll be exciting. We'll have some cool things going on. Really looking forward to it. Overall, I want to say that is it. And other than that, I will be talking to you guys later. Be safe. Happy holidays. I'll be back, but still, happy holidays. I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.